All right, folks, I think we are back. All of a sudden, everything just crashed on me, including my internet randomly. So we're going to try to keep going. I don't know what's going on. It can't possibly be all of the cars out there. I mean, everything was running fine last night. I was in a race with just about as many cars. I apologize. I know this is not the way we wanted to start, but we're going to roll with it as we can here. Trey Spears in the Menards number 12 Ford Mustang is out there leading. A lot of pack racing, of course, here. Of course, there must have been something that happened because they're not in as big of packs. We have a very close group here, and Derek Da Silva in the 16 is the last car in this front group. Then we go all the way back to Brandon Anderson leading a small 6-car group. Then you go back to Victor Kress in the number 20, leading another small 7-car group. So a lot of craziness going on. Sharn Hill just took over the lead. We're 10 laps in to 70, so we're halfway to our first stage here. Again, I apologize for the issues. Unreal, of course. We get ready to broadcast. Everything is going smooth, and then all of a sudden everything is not going smooth in a very quick hurry. Check in. We'll give you a top 10. Sharn Hill, Joey Hickox, Trey Spears, Ryan Gomes, Matt Dickerson, Garrett Walden, Kenneth Redinger, Devin Zimmerman, Derek Da Silva, and Josh Hall round out your top 10. Vince Brent is 11th. He's part of that small front group, 11 cars now. Brandon Anderson sits 12th. Phil Ellis Jr., Nicholas Walthorn, Ryan Hufford round out your top 15. Walt Lipicki, AJ Evangelista, Victor Kress, Lauren Vincent, Josh Mueller round out your top 20. Ian Davis, Matthew Fritz. There's Davis and Fritz. Chase Greer, Chucky Balance, Jay Stinson out of the pack. Yeah, I'm sorry, Joe. I had to restart the whole thing. I know it's probably, based off what I see with my internet, it's probably not going to be good. I don't know what happened. The internet just completely crashed. And it just has not rebounded. The only option would be to reset it, and it's just not going to work. So we're going to do our best here. We had this issue one time last season, unfortunately, and I wish it wasn't in race 1, obviously. Not ideal for anybody. But hopefully, if it's really hard to watch, you'll at least be able to watch it back. All right, folks, we are back, and it doesn't appear like things have gotten much better. Of course, now we are under caution. Kenneth Redinger, I show a lot of off tracks. Let's go see what the yellow flag was. And we're here on the 43. 36, nothing seems to be going on there. I'm not quite sure, folks, what happened. All I got was a yellow flag. I didn't get anybody saying that they were under caution or what have you. I don't know how we can fix this latency issue. Let me check maybe graphics settings. This is crazy. Never had this. Anybody have any ideas to fix on the fly? Probably not too much, to be honest. I am really disappointed with the way this is going, of course. Not ideal at all. And there's nothing I can close on my side. Everything is closed. We are lap 18 of 70 here. Under caution for the first time this evening. Hopefully you guys are rejoining or can figure out a way. I don't know. You might have to watch this one back later, of course. Garrett Walden leads the way. Devin Zimmerman is in second. Josh Hall in third. Derek De Silva in fourth. Nicholas Walthorn has worked his way up into fifth. Our biggest mover on the night so far is Brandon Anderson in the 49. Get you a better look at Brandon. Very nice Columbia blue, number 49 there. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I just don't know what it is. If anyone has any ideas, please tell me. I even upgraded my internet in the off season to the highest plan I could get, fastest speeds I could get. Pace car lights are off. We're gonna get ready to go green here once again. And folks, this might be a one-lap shootout here to the stage. We're gonna have to see Garrett Walden jumps out there with the lead. Of course, everyone will wrangle him back in. As now the 36 of Devin Zimmerman looking for the lead going to the outside. He's got help with Derek Da Silva there in the 16. Brandon Anderson follows behind. Now Anderson dives low to the inside, looking to pick up Walden. Now they kind of fan out just a little bit. Now Walden pulls to the back bumper of the 46, or the 36 rather. Here they come to the line, the 36 still leading. 16 right there, a little wobbly, they keep it together. 36 of Zimmerman leads that lap. Now the 49 and the 43 will give back to them on the inside. Yeah, that's exactly right, Joe. You could do everything right, make sure everything is working properly, and then it all just falls apart on you. Good news is, in theory, as long as we don't crash again, and I don't have to completely restart the stream, it will be available afterwards, after it uploads to YouTube, and you can watch it in a better fashion, hopefully, with a better connection. That's my hope, anyway. Apparently they called that the stage, I'm assuming. Oh no, now 36 from the lead into Walden, back up into the 26, all carnage behind them. Oh my goodness, Ryan Gomes involved. AJ Evangelista. Zimmerman involved. Oh my gosh, that was a big one. Let's go back. 36, we're gonna watch it from his point of view if we can get on him here. And there's Zimmerman, he gets sideways into the 26, the 29 involved, then 55 piles in, nowhere to go. A lot of cars down on that lower side as well. Justin Parham not involved. Chase Greer looks like just stomped on the brakes. Lauren Vincent into the inside. Doesn't look like a ton of damage there on the 07. See who else possibly involved. Phils Jr. But either way, we're under caution for the second time tonight. We're going to have to see what happens here. And there's a 36 of Zimmerman, heavy damage on him. That's going to leave Brandon Anderson as our leader right now. Anderson's down pit road along with about 10 or 15 others here on lap 24. That's going to turn the lead over to Derek Da Silva here in the 16. He's up 16 spots now. Ian Davis takes over as your biggest mover here in the 69. He's up 24 spots, sitting fourth right now. Yeah, the big one early, got to believe that probably will not be the last one, unfortunately. A lot of cars down pit road still. Give you an update on them as soon as they start making their way out. Looks like Kenneth Redinger, early trouble, 9 laps down in the 99, but he is out on track. As of right now, unable to see yet if anyone's going to be more than, or anyone's going to be off the lead lap besides Redinger. Now the lights on the iRacing.com pace car have turned off, so they'll line them up 2 by 2 once again here. Derek De Silva. Oh no. Yeah, wait, he was our leader. Why is he going to the back now? That's interesting. But in any case, that's going to leave Matt Dickerson and Nicholas Walthorn in the 54 as your front rows. We get ready to go green for the 3rd time tonight. To be honest, Tina, there was a lot going on. If it was at lap 20, they didn't throw the caution. I have a feeling they counted the caution that happened a couple laps prior as the stage, but I was in the process of trying to work out the kinks with the broadcast and the connection, and that caution happened right when I was re-establishing the live aspect of the broadcast. So if that happened, I don't know who won the stage. I apologize for that. I'm hoping that we'll be able to be here for stage 2, get you a driver interview. iRacing.com pace car pulls off in the 44. Matt Dickerson leads us back to green. A little bit of a weird start behind the front row, though. Walthorn and Dickerson able to get away a little bit, but doesn't matter much at a super speedway. These guys, the 69 of Ian Davis, the 12 of Trey Spears, will be able to gather them back in, along with Victor Kress and the rest of the group behind him. And Justin Parham, the series champion from last season, still down pit road. Sean Hill also down pit road. Maybe electing to not take the fast repair, or a boo-boo and not checking the fast repair. Not quite sure. So they're going to be laps down. And now we have more issues. The 20 of Victor Kress spinning. Oh, and hard into the inside wall. Multiple guys involved again. Lauren Vincent involved. You see his 2 tires all messed up. He'll try to limp that thing back to pit road. And Victor Kress, caution out again. Let's go back, take a look at what brought that one out. Victor Kress, we saw it start, but it all happens so fast. Kress just comes down a little bit on the 49. Oh, and then the 49 goes around. Kress into the 07. Does the 49 get tagged again? Oh my goodness. If he was available, nope, he wasn't able to avoid contact. Phil Ellis Jr. wrapped up again. Hopefully not too serious of damage there on the 29 again. Holy moly. Whew. Well, that's going to give Parham and Sharn Hill some time to prevent going any more laps down, I guess. Or you know, minimize the amount of laps down that they do go. Folks, we're 28 of 70 laps into this thing. We're going to step away and hear from our sponsors with the commercial break. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. All right, folks, still under caution here, although I believe the lights on the iRacing.com pace car are about to go out for one to go, and they do indeed. So they'll stack them and rack them back up one more time. Once again, caution number 3 on the night, working lap number 29. Lauren Vincent, heavily involved in that caution, came out pretty good though, all things considered. Take a look here at our timing tower at the back of the pack. And looks like Redinger got a lap back now. Justin Parham still in pit road, as well as Sharn Hill. Definitely not the way those guys would like to start the season off, and I couldn't feel their pain any more than I am right now due to how this initial season 2 broadcast is going thus far. I'm going to try one more thing while we're here trying to figure it out. I want to fix it for you guys. I want to fix it for myself as well. So we're going to try everything we possibly can here to get things running smoother, even though it's not necessarily the best presentation of things. And see, nope, it's an internet issue. I just shut down all of SDK and didn't do anything. So we'll just bring her back up and roll with it. At least I know it's not SDK. Everything was fine in the pre-race show. But we're back green flag racing here now, and Matt Dickerson leads the way. Ryan Hufford going to his outside, looking to lead his first lap of the young season and race. Ian Davis following right behind him in that 69. Teammates Warren Kyle Keith and Matt Dickerson hooked up on that bottom line. Matthew Fritz finding himself in the mix now in that 67. The pink and white M&M pet sitting ride down there on that bottom line right behind Matt Dickerson. Now Royalty Motorsports controlling both top and bottom lines for now. Gotta believe that might be orchestrated by Warren and Matt. First time we've said Matthew Fritz's name tonight. And now Warren Kyle Keith jumps to the front in front of Matt Dickerson. That leaves the top line to the 83 of Ryan Hufford. Still being pushed by the 69 of Ian Davis. AJ Evangelista rebounding nicely in that number 5 after early incident for him. Wow. What are you saying wow to, Joe? The poor quality of this first broadcast. I'll tell you what, folks, the admins decided to bring me back, and they're not going to be too happy with this one. But they're also understanding. So hopefully it's just a bump in the road for a season that's going to run smoothly from here on out. 3 wide near the middle of the pack here. The 69 of Ian Davis. Oh no, and causes trouble. The 3. Oh, and Lauren Vincent involved again. Oh, the kid just finds the trouble. Man, oh man, the 69, the 3. Another one finding all the trouble. Phil Ellis Jr. My goodness. This race rattled with issues on the speedway and off here so far. Phil Ellis Jr., we've said his name 3 times. Ian Davis was doing so well. Now he's got a broken toe link on the left front. Oh man, Justin Parham, Sharn Hill still not able to rejoin us here. Still down pit road. Caution, not our first caution. 4th caution, but I reset SDK. Didn't help me at all, so we'll just keep track manually at this point, whatever. Warren Kyle Keith leading the way. That's going to be lap 33. So this will not be the stage. I do know that much. This will not be the stage. So by the time they get going here, we'll get a shootout. Shootout to the second stage here. A few cars down pit road. Chucky Balance is in. Vince Brent is in. Chase Greer as well. Ryan Gomes. Phil Ellis Jr., Lauren Vincent, of course. We saw them wrapped up in that caution. Joey Hickox. And Ian Davis was in. He's making his way back around. Starting to lose cars here off the lead lap. like to take a quick moment here to thank our title sponsor for the second year in a row, Frye Disposal. Thank you once again. Check them out at www.frydisposal.com or give them a call at the number you see on your screen. Frye Disposal does weekly trash pickup in Smith County, Virginia and surrounding areas. Call or email them for a quote, and if you mention this broadcast, you'll get $10 off of your services. That's a great deal. Once again, FryeDisposal.com, the title sponsor of the SCSRA ARCA series here on Royalty Racing Network. There's a good look at the number 31 Frye Disposal Chevy Camaro of Jay Stinson, currently running in 16th. Back up front, those, they're lining them back up to go green. Hopefully we'll get to the stage this time. Lisa, welcome in. I'm going to apologize in advance. The broadcast quality stream-wise has been terrible this evening. Right when I started, everything crashed, and it's been not too good since then. And tried to avoid taking the time to reset the internet. It is an internet problem. I've diagnosed it to that much. Closed everything down at one time, and CPU usage looks phenomenal. But internet, not too good. Well, once again, as a reminder, this broadcast will be available to view in its entirety on YouTube tonight after the race, hopefully, and if not, tomorrow night, tomorrow afternoon. Because you guys got to join us again for the SCSRA Dev Sports Cards Next Gen Series kicks off tomorrow night here at Daytona once again. New broadcasters, not Royalty Racing Network, but I've heard good things. Looking forward to partnering with them for Tuesdays and Wednesday nights. And I will be on track tomorrow night here in the Dev Sports Cards Next Gen Series. So that'll be fun to race with all these guys that I'm used to calling the action for. I'll be in the action. Warren, Kyle, Keith, Matt Dickerson lead us back to green here, hoping for a 5-lap shootout to the stage conclusion. They keep her side by side with Matthew Fritz and AJ Evangelista following them. Josh Mueller in the 26 working his way up. AJ Evangelista currently your biggest mover, pushing that 44 out front. AJ is up 21 spots and looking to make it more by the stage end. Matt Dickerson drops it down to the bottom line, kind of leaving that 5-car out to drive just a little bit. He'll fall back to that 83 of Ryan Hufford, having himself a good race so far. A lot of big movers, of course. A lot of the guys that started up front have been wrapped up into trouble multiple times, and we almost had another incident there. But they get it straightened out. That looked like Garrett Walden and Walt Lipicki no further back. He was the 31 of Jay Stinson and the 56 of Walt Lipicki. But they're all clean and green. Good shot at that first pack here now as we go back to Chucky Balance. He's the last car in this lead group. Ian Davis and the rest of the cars have fell off, maybe damage on those rides. Now coming around to take lap 37, work lap 38 here. To the stage as they're single file now back to 5th. AJ Evangelista, the 16 of Derek De Silva on the inside. So top 4 single file for now. That outside lane looking to gain some ground. A lot of guys here looking to start off their season right with some stage points. The second stage, I'd give you the first stage points, see how it's going there, but don't know what happened there. That was in the middle of all the nonsense. Now the 5 gonna get pushed out of line. The 83 gonna go, oh no, no, no! More trouble. Did he go to the inside? He may have. We may avoid a caution there. Whew. That would have been another caution. We're about to get one here due to the stage. They are 3 wide behind them, though. Let's see if I can find someone in that battle. That's Josh Hall right there in the middle. AJ Evangelista still on that outside. Josh Hall by himself right now. Getting gobbled up by all these guys on the outside. The 5 car of Evangelista just trying to hang on. He's going to lose ground now, as is the 81. So now the 3 wide finally over with. Your top 10 ends with Jay Stinson right now, but the 54 of Nicholas Walthorn and Brandon Anderson still there. Walt Lipicki's still there, looking to get stage points perhaps. Oh boy, look out. The 44 almost lost her. They'll come around this time by. Matthew Fritz able to work up into that second position after the 9, due to a bad bump, it looked like, just kind of lost a couple spots. Dickerson now to the bottom. Good move there to shut off Matthew Fritz. They're no strangers of racing each other. And there's our stage caution. Matt Dickerson wins the stage. He'll take a playoff point and some stage points already here. And that was our pre-race interview. And due to us knowing how it finalized, we will get with him briefly. Actually, you know what? We're not going to. We interviewed him. Tonight's been crazy. The first person who won a stage missed out on their interview. I'm not going to jump in with Matt. We'll let him get sorted with pit stops and that type of thing. We'll bring the post-race interviews to you, of course. Travis, welcome in. Travis Bennett. Yeah, that's who we're missing. Travis, like I have to other people joining, I want to apologize for the quality of the stream tonight. Maybe one of those you got to watch after the fact. It's been pretty rough due to internet. Matthew Fritz, let's run it down for the stage. Matt Dickerson gets the stage win. Ryan Hufford, strong stage, gets second place. Josh Mueller finishes in third. Matthew Fritz in fourth. Derek De Silva in fifth. Warren Kyle Keith is in sixth. Michael Lipicki in seventh. Garrett Walden in eighth. Ryan Gomes in ninth. And Jay Stinson gets that final stage point for stage number 2 on the evening. And I have to believe we'll see everybody come down pit road, with maybe the exception of those guys that have been down pit road recently. Lap 33, we saw Chucky Balance, Ian Davis, Vince Brent, Phil Ellis Jr., and Lauren Vincent down pit road, along with Joey Hickox. So some of those guys may decide to stay out here. And let's see, back to Joey Hickox is at least one lap down. Yes, Hickox is a lap down. He'll get the free pass. Chase Greer 2 laps down. Renninger 7 laps down. Parham, Sharn Hill still down pit road tonight. So not what they were looking for, I have to believe. Here comes the field down pit road, and we'll see if there's any takers to stay out. Not yet. Phil Ellis Jr. all the way back to him. Oh yeah, he's going to come in and get some more damage work done. All right, so we got Joey Hickox. He will be your lucky dog. Chase Greer decided to stay out this time. He'll get a lap back, and then he may come down next time. Josh Mueller led the race off pit road in that 26, so he'll bring us back to green this next time, along with the 83 of Ryan Hufford. So good pit stops by those guys. Josh Mueller looks like a 2-tire stop, or maybe just fuel in that case, I'd assume. Ryan Gomes comes out third, Garrett Walden in fourth, Warren, Kyle, Keith in fifth. Matt Dickerson in sixth, Michael Lipicki in seventh, Garrett Walden in eighth, Jay Stinson ninth, Brandon Anderson in 10th. Right now, folks, Josh Mueller in that 26 up front, going to be your biggest mover so far. He's up 20 spots on the night. Good looking car there. Is that 26? See how it sorts out here with people, couple people staying out. Chase Greer 1 lap down now, and he would be your next lucky dog recipient. So everyone back to the 25th spot on the speedway, still on the lead lap. So even with all the incidents we've had and the 4 cautions so far, due to incident, that was technically our 5th caution for the stage there. Doing pretty darn good, to be honest, to have 2 cars out, Justin Parham, Sharn Hill, done for the night. Chase Greer, 1 lap down. Redinger has been multiple laps down since the beginning. He would like to see Chase get his lap back, and then he can continue to receive some more lucky dogs. So Redinger, got to give it to him. He's not giving up. He's out there. Take a look at him. There he is in the 99 Zaxby's ride. Catching the field right now. If he stayed out and then pitted a lap later, he may have got another lap back, even just by staying out, which is nice. Let's see, Redinger. Yeah, 6 laps down. So he did get another lap back. Progress, you never know, man. You never know. If Greer can manage to get a lucky dog here quickly after we go back green, and then it's up to Redinger to take on all those lucky dogs, he could be on the lead lap by the end of this thing for sure. Based off the first half of the race, you got the 2 stages, of course, thrown in with the incident cautions, of course. All right, we're 44 laps in, about to hit lap 45. Anyone changing their pick from earlier? If so, let me know. Shout it out. I want to see. Josh Mueller leads us back to green here once again. I absolutely love doing that for that first lap on the restart. Give you a real feel for the sound and see the vibration as these cars come rumbling by. Ryan Hufford led that lap, and he continues to lead. He now jumped in front of that 26 of Josh Mueller. Warren Kyle Keith coming strong in the third spot on the top line, followed by the 46 of Michael Lepicki pushing him. Garrett Walden in the 43. The bottom line, Jay Stinson in that 31, maroon and white Frye disposal right on the top side. Matt Dickerson following him. Nicholas Walthorn, Derek De Silva. So Walthorn and Hufford having a strong showing so far, both in the top 10. Ryan Hufford led that lap as well before Warren Keith got past him by a bumper temporarily. Doing pretty good all the way back here. Then Joey Hickox leads a small 4-car group. That's Victor Kress, Phil Ellis Jr. No front bumper on that thing. But we've seen him involved in almost every caution, and he's caused 0 of them. So bad luck for Phil Ellis Jr. Side by side, too wide all the way through, all the way back to, looks like Devin Zimmerman. Yeah, there he is. Devin Zimmerman, Ian Davis. I guess they're getting a little bit more spread out. Zimmerman on that outside. Really nice run though, going to that top line, closes right in on the 41 of Chucky Balance. Closing the gap there. Lauren Benson in the 07, we've seen him involved in a couple incidents. He's still hanging strong. Might have a little damage on that thing that's hard to see with that spray paint job ride there. All side by side still up front. 22 to go. Believe it or not, the laps are ticking down here. After all the issues we've had, and nice little green flag run to start this stint after the second stage break. Biggest mover right now, this guy in the 26. That guy right there in the 26, Josh Mueller. It's Mueller time. He runs 30s up 18 right now. Walthorn still working his way up in that 54. Now finds himself 4 back on the outside lane. And his buddy Ryan Hufford continuing to keep the lead. Let's see if Keith will clear. He will not. So Hufford will still maintain. Looks like Warren Keith gets a really nice boost and then got way out in front, car length or so in front of that 46 of Michael Lepicki. So he lost all his momentum, which allowed Ryan Hufford to come back strong there on that bottom line due to the 26 and 43 being much closer to him. Matt Dickerson just blinked for a second there. Those guys on the inside lane wouldn't appreciate that if that keeps up, along with Dickerson. He wouldn't like it either. But what happens, folks, when a car blinks, obviously it's not a good scenario anywhere, but it's even worse at Daytona. You see how close they're racing here. If a car disappears, you lose the draft, as if that car's not there, even though they are right in front of you. Then when they reappear, if you've closed the gap that you think is there, then it's all sorts of trouble. You end up their back bumper or running into them. It's really, really cumbersome. causes a lot of problems if it's consistent. It all seems to be fine and dandy here. As we're under 20 laps to go. Really long line on that inside now. As Victor Kress and that small 4-car group that we saw has closed now. So he's the tail end of the lead group. Chase Greer looking to make his way through and possibly even maybe get a lap back the old-fashioned way. He would be your lucky dog recipient should we have another caution this evening, and I believe we would have at least more. Of course, he's in kind of the danger zone right now, guys. He is with that lead pack, which is great. He can make his way through, maybe get to the front, you know, who knows. Or the flip side of that coin, he's right at the back of the front pack, and no matter what happens all the way through, he'll have to try to avoid it. And we know what happens at Daytona when they wreck. Just kind of accordions the whole pack. And if he was to get damage in that issue that would bring out the caution, he would lose his lucky dog. Ryan Hufford, though, doing a miraculous job here up front, keeping Warren Keith at bay, it looks like, until now. But Ryan Hufford may be a contender for most laps led, depending on how the rest of the race jumps around here. Number 9, after back and forth on the outside, finally out to the front. Now, one thing I wanted to mention here, not sure if these guys all have enough to go to the distance. I'd have to believe they do not, without a fuel stop. But the 9 and the 83 have led each of their respective lines since the stage break, that second stage break on lap 40. So they were unable to save fuel, possibly. Like everyone else behind them, you can run half throttle, 3/4 throttle a lot of times and save a ton of fuel, as opposed to those guys out in front that are having to go 100% throttle the whole time because no one's pulling them around the track. And you wouldn't believe the difference that makes in laps or fuel per lap. So if it comes down to a 2 or 3 lap scenario being short, some of these guys behind them might actually be able to do that, where they were unable to do so, and they may find themselves in a situation where they have to pit sooner than everyone else. And it is uncommon here at Daytona to take tires on pit stops late in the race. If it's a caution, you may decide to take tires under yellow flag conditions. Under green, there's no way you're going to take tires. So that doesn't really play in. But if these two have to pit separately from everyone else, they could put themselves in a pretty bad position where, 6 or 7 other cars pit together and have that draft. Chucky Balance now up into the wall. He's going to get shuffled out, creating a 3-wide situation with the 43 of Walden and the 56 of Walt Lipicki. Dickerson now going underneath. Now they sort it out. That's good. Lipicki content to avoid any 3-wide issues there. Good driving by all those guys to sort it out amongst themselves. Phil Ellis Jr., folks, has brought it down pit road now. Chase Greer has moved up in front of that, so he will move into the 24th position. I believe Phil Ellis Jr. looking to get some work done. We may see Kenneth Redinger pick up yet another spot on the speedway to get into that 25th spot. We are 13 laps to go. Warren Keith continues to lead the way. Jay Stinson, though, in the title sponsor car, right there on that bottom line, being pushed by Nicholas Walthorn in that 54. I'm sorry, Ryan Hufford in the 83. Nicholas Walthorn, his teammate, is up on the top line. I gotta believe they'd like to get together. Now the top two single file, maybe even gonna work to the top three here. As now there's a big gap. Let's see if we can find where it is. The 92, showing the 92. Who is the 92? Vince Brent. So there was a pretty big gap. They're closing it now. Oh, now he jumps to the bottom, creating that gap again. You see that 2 or 3 car gap there on the top line, guys. That's not favorable to those guys up front trying to run the top line, and you see what it's done. It's allowed the top 3 to get out, even the 83 of Hufford quite a bit back. He'll move up to the top line to pick up his teammate temporarily. Now the guys up front, the top 2, will drop low. Now everything gets stacked back up again. 54, Garrett Walden, a full head of steam. He's going to take over the lead. They'll clear all the way to the 49 of Brandon Anderson. Holy smokes, like they were shot out of a rocket. Nicholas Walthorn to the top. Up 18 spots. Brandon Anderson following him. He's up 24. Warren Keith going to the top with the 31 of Jay Stinson. They have help not too far behind, about equal top and bottom lane. The 83 is on the bottom. Chucky Balance on the top lane. They'll all close in. We're now 10 to go here. Going to be single digits remaining in this race next time around. Jay Stinson at 31. I keep wanting to say Joey Hickox. Jay Stinson and Warren Keith absolutely connected bumper to bumper all the way around. Now Warren Keith leaves him out to dry. He jumps back in front to the bottom lane. That's going to put Chucky Balance right on the back bumper of Jay Stinson now. Oh, now Jay Stinson finds a small hole. Good job to fit it in there. Stinson jumped in between Brandon Anderson and the 54 of Walthorn. Really nice job to find a gap there. Chucky Balance now leads the outside lane. He's got good momentum. Coming up on that 54 of Walthorn now. Really nice driving since that second stage by everybody. No one's hoping for a caution more than the 40 of Chase Greer. Still looking to get his lap back, get back on the lead lap to see what he can do late in the race here. You never know what can happen at Daytona. If you're on the lead lap, even if you're running 20th, you got a chance at it. Now top 3, single file like we've seen before. Warren Keith back on that outside lane. Leading the way in front of Chucky Balance. Little bit of a gap now. They could have an opportunity. They don't take it. 83 of Hufford closing now. Warren Keith, oh, he looked like he wanted to take it. Out of turn 4, though, momentum carried him up the speedway. Lost a lot of momentum there. Ryan Hufford now going to be able to clear. 46 of Michael Lepicki going to clear. They got to get organized up top here. All the way back, top 5, single file. Nicholas Walthorn continuing to lead with 7 laps to go. Chucky Balance right on that back bumper of Warren Keith. He's doing it, or Warren, yes, Warren Keith. Holy moly, I got to figure it out. Week 1, we'll work out the bugs. But Nicholas Walthorn, your leader right now. Coming up on a lapped car here. I believe that's going to be Redinger. It is. Kenneth Redinger. We'll see how this field maneuvers. Top 3 should be okay. They could go top or bottom. Except now, Warren Keith closing that gap. They might catch Redinger in the corner. Should make things interesting. They may get lucky and catch him here. Okay, he pulls off to the inside. Able to keep it down there. Nice job, Kenneth Redinger. Gotta believe he was probably communicating that. Top 3 still single file. Warren Keith has closed on Hufford though. So that top line making up some ground. Oh, now craziness. Ooh, Warren Keith holds it together. Push 3 wide. Chucky Balance up on the top. He might get cycled out. Oh boy, look out. Oh, Warren Keith. Oh, all sorts of crazy into Dickerson. Oh no. Warren Keith goes around. He was so squirrely there. Looks like AJ Evangelista also involved. Let's go back, see what happened here. We saw Warren Keith. Oh, that's not early enough. Let's go back, rewind the old-fashioned way here to where it all started. So you can see him squirrely there. Still squirrely. Right there, gets really wobbly. Goes into the 41 of Balance, nowhere to go. The 36, then 36, nowhere to go. The 9 comes down into 44. Then he's going around. Looks like he just never had the opportunity to gather back in underneath him there. See if he wraps up anybody else. '69 up front. Let's see what happened here. The 5 of AJ Evangelista involved. The 81 of Josh Hall. Lauren Vincent. Does he get away from this one? He's been involved in so many things. He does somehow get away. What about Chase Greer? Maybe? Not sure. Well, this takes away any sort of fuel problems. If you're going to have any sort of fuel issues, if you think you're good to go, you stay out there. And that is going to shuffle Jay Stinson, Ryan Hufford, Devin Zimmerman, Nicholas Walthorn, Brandon Anderson, all sorts of guys here. Warren Keith in due to damage. Matthew Fritz, AJ Evangelista, Victor Kress, all down pit road. That's going to leave Michael Lepicki in the 46. He stayed out. Here's the list of guys that stayed out, folks. Michael Lepicki, your leader. Josh Mueller, Garrett Walden, Chucky Balance, Matt Dickerson, Josh Hall, Vince Brent back in 7th. Ryan Gomes now in 8th. Lauren Vincent in 9th. Trey Spears in 10th. Derek Da Silva in 11th. On back, Jay Stinson back. 12th on. Just pit. Probably for fuel, anticipating a green-white checkered. If you barely got enough to go the distance and don't have enough for at least one green, white, checkered, I agree with pitting now. Simply because of the craziness you can see at Daytona. If you got 6 laps plus, or even 5, I agree with the gamble to stay out. So we're gonna have to see how this plays now. That makes your biggest mover on the night, Josh Mueller, in the 26 here, running second when we restart this thing with 3 to go. Or I'm sorry, this will be a green, white, checkered by the time they get going. So I misspoke there. They've probably already triggered that there's going to be 3 to go. There it goes. It changed from 2 to 3. So this will be a green, white, checkered here. And the lights on the pace car are off, so we'll go green this next time by. So if you had 3 plus laps of fuel, you take the gamble. Or if you don't have damage, you take the gamble, you don't pit. You hope there's not another one. I believe there's 2 in this league, and because I know it's been a crazy broadcast anyway, I wouldn't normally bring up the menu, but I'm going to. Okay, 3. You can see here, if I empty out, you can see right here, caution, yellow flag, green, white, checkered, 1 of 3. So if you had 3 plus laps, don't gamble, or gamble on not having another one. I mean, if you're 5 or 6 laps, you're solid for 2 at least. So definitely don't gamble. If you're worried about fuel just to make it to the end of the first green, white, checkered, I mean, you got to gamble, or you got to pit and take fuel. So we'll see how it pans out. Once again, Jay Stinson, your first guy not to stay on the track and pit for fuel here. He's currently running back in 12th. He'll restart 12th anyway. Being shown 11th, but that's just based off where the car next to him is at. Overtime here at Daytona to settle it in race 1. Josh Mueller, Michael Lepicki going to lead the front row and lead us back to green, maybe for one more time. Lepicki on the outside got a really nice jump. Hopefully he didn't jump too early. Have to see what happens there. Chucky balance, a little wobbly. 44 of Dickerson, another little blink. Lepicki, very nice. Oh, they're 3 wide already. Warren Keith trying to work his way up, looking for help to try to get back up to the front in a hurry here. Give himself a chance. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. Ooh, that could have been really bad. Garrett Walden in that 43 let the 26 back in. Warren Keith already back up to 8th. And if we cross the line here, and we will, this race will be official, folks. No more restarts. No more restarts from here on out. Oh, no! Oh, no! Disaster! Disaster in the back. I'm not even going to try to keep up. Disaster in the front, too. Holy moly. That leaves Michael Lepicki and Josh Mueller all by themselves. Garrett Walden is all by himself in 3rd. Does Mueller have enough to give Lepicki a run for his money here? Coming down the stretch, he's right on the back bumper. He's not going to have enough. Michael Lepicki going to victory lane in race 1 of the ARCA Frye Disposal Series. And he automatically punches his ticket to the playoffs. Absolute carnage, and we'll see how they sort out across the line. The top three, Michael Lipicki, Josh Mueller, Garrett Walden, Derek Da Silva in fourth, Vince Brent in fifth with no front bumper. Josh Hall brought home sixth. AJ Evangelista, no front bumper on the 5. He finishes seventh. Chase Greer, not even on the speedway, brought home eighth. Devin Zimmerman